In this segment, we will look into how we can map inheritance in Hibernate. So inheritance is a Java world concept. It is actually an object-oriented programming concept. What it means is that basically you have a base class and you can inherit the properties of the base class, and those properties are automatically available in the those properties are automatically available in your derived class. So what we'll do is that we will look into how the mapping inheritance happens. So let's say that we have got a user class, and then there is another customer class which extends the user class, and then we will see that how that can be mapped into our how this is mapped into the relational world. That's what Hibernate is known for. So it will take up this class hierarchy and map it into proper table structures. So if we look into the kind of structure we are working with, is that we have got a user class, and you have a, let's say, a customer class, and you have got a basically a employee class. Okay, and then how this gets mapped into our table structures. So we'll look into how this whole hierarchy will get mapped into table structure. So there are actually a couple of ways to do that. So one is called single table per class hierarchy, the other is table per concrete class, and the third one is table per subclass. So let's look into one by one. In the single table per class hierarchy, basically the way it happens is that, so let's just clean this up. So the way it happens is that you have got this class user, and you basically tell it that the inheritance is the single table type inheritance. And the another important thing you have to tell is that the discriminator column, and you say that the discriminator value is user. It of course is mapping to a basic user class. And for the derived class, you basically just tell it that what is the different discriminator type you are going to use, and of course it extends user. So in this single table per class hierarchy, let's just map the user and customer. Okay, and let's say that, and you have seen the definition of the classes. We have a discriminator column for user, you have got discriminator as user, and for customer you have got cust. Okay, and let's say that it has got properties ID, name, and this guy has got a property called, let's say, credit limit. So as the name goes, this is called single table per class hierarchy. So what it means is that this hierarchy will get mapped to a single table. Okay, and what are the columns of the table? The columns of the table are basically the ID column, name column, and if let's say that's this class hierarchy is mapped to a basic user table. Okay, and then from the customer it will have credit limit column. Okay, and let's say that there is another class employee, which is again derived from user, and it has got one more property called rank. So it will get another column called rank. So so if you notice, what is happening is that we are actually taking a superset of all the properties in the hierarchy and mapping it to a single table. Okay, so but how do we differentiate which record belongs to basically which class? That's where this discriminator column comes into picture. So we will have another column called discriminator. So if it is a user record, it will put user. If it is a customer record, it will put customer. Let's say for employee it is M, so it will put M. So that's how it will know that which record belongs to which concrete class on the Java side. And that's how the single table hierarchy works. So now if you do select U from user, it knows that it has to pull only the user records out of this whole table. If you say select C from customer, it knows it will only fetch the customer records from this table. So in this case of user, it will actually fetch all the records because user is a super type. But for the subtype, it will only select, it will only fetch the required set of the records. Another thing would notice that the discriminator column is actually nowhere exposed as a property, and this is something Hibernate will handle it internally. So then what are the advantages and disadvantages? Of course, it is simplest to implement and only one table to deal with, and the performance is very performance wise it is much better because there are no joins involved. Every data is sitting in one table. But the disadvantage is that most of the column of tables are nullable, so you cannot really apply the not null constraints, and the tables are not normalized. And especially if it happens that if you have too many properties residing in the subtypes on the derived types, then your table structure will tend to grow very large. So and then we will look into now other segments, other type of inheritance hierarchy in the further videos. Thanks for the moment.